What do you do when love feels one-sided? Welcome to Grace That Works with Deacon Jones. Today we are speaking to wives who feel ignored, unseen, and emotionally disconnected in their marriage. And also to husbands who do not realize how deeply their silence is hurting their homes. Let's be honest here. It is very painful when the person that you married does not give you time, attention, or even communication. This is not just being emotional, this is a real need. It is not good for a man to be alone, according to Genesis chapter 2 and verse number 18. Marriage was designed for connection and not for distance. So, if you feel hurt, frustrated, or even regret, those feelings are very valid. Now you discover where grace comes in. You are complete in Him that is in the Father, according to Colossians 2 and verse number 10. Your husband is not your source of identity. So grace protects you from collapsing emotionally when your partner is not showing up. Grace says, I am loved by the Father, even when I feel ignored by my husband. Let's be very clear. Grace does not mean accepting dysfunction. A husband is called to be present, not just financially, but emotionally. Husbands, love your wives as Christ has loved the church. That's the instruction according to Ephesians 5 and verse number 25. Christ does not ignore the church. Christ is attentive, present, and responsive. So, silence and emotional distance and lack of communication are not aligned with God's design for marriage. So, you wives, yes, anchor yourselves in Christ. Yes, cast your burdens to God. 1 Peter 5:7 says, cast all your cares upon Him, but also communicate clearly, not emotionally or explosively, but honestly. Instead of saying you don't care about me, say I feel disconnected when we do not talk. I need communication to feel close to you. Grace gives you strength, but it also gives you wisdom in how you speak. And you husbands, my fellow men, guys, providing financially is not enough. Our wives do not only need money, they also need connection. When you are active and joyful with your friends, but very cold and very silent with your wife, you are slowly breaking trust. You know, First Peter 3:7 says, live with your wives in understanding. Guys, this means call your wife, check on your wife, make her feel chosen, give her emotional presence. Even 5 to 10 minutes of intentional communication can sustain your marriage. Business is real, but neglecting is a choice. Here is what grace looks like in action. Set communication rhythms, daily or every other day. Short but intentional calls, honest, calm conversations. If needed, seek counseling or mediation. Grace is not passive. Grace empowers action. In closing, marriage is not sustained by love and feelings alone. It is sustained by intentional connection. Yes, don't idolize marriage, but also don't ignore responsibility within it. Grace anchors you in Christ and teaches you how to love better. This is Grace That Works with Deacon Jones. See you again next time on the Grace Table. Shalom.